I've brought water this time. I finally remembered to go grab it before stream started. We're learning, we're learning. I think we might be more prepared. Hello, chat. Hi, hi. Hey, Edward, welcome in. Hey, Splash. Hello, Lou Santos, welcome to chat. Just pop in and say hi. I've officially aged up today. Can't wait to see the new art. Thank you, and congratulations again. I hope you had a great one today. See, oops, okay, tablet's plugged out. Right, so we are going to pick up precisely where we ended yesterday, because we're not going to have a repeat of the last Pokemon piece I did, where it took me like a little over a week, way longer than I would have liked. But we're gonna jump straight in. I'm not gonna yap too much. We're just gonna jump straight into inking today. This is actually a pretty easy illustration ink-wise. There's not too much detail going on here, which, thank goodness. That's usually what messes me up. Ooh. Okay, I will turn on stabilizer this time. Yeah, she has two like that. Okay. I messed with the pressure sensitivity a little bit, but not sure what else to do. Still tends to get a bit large. Might be able to cheat this a little bit. just like doing the bottom piece better. It helps when I have to do the whites in a bit. But then again, maybe not. I'll figure it out later. Oop. Oh, wait. Actually, I'm gonna cover that later, so maybe I'll do the hair next. Okay, I don't think her ears show at all. Okay, I don't know what to do with this line here. It looks weird. I think it's because it's not following the shape of her skull very well. My brush is just not cooperating today. Oh, there we go. That'll do. Okay, I think I might have made these a bit too big, so let's hop back down here. Okay, now we have to lock in for this hand. I'm not even sure if I like this sketch the way it is, but I don't know what to do to fix it. Hi Westy9C, welcome in. Glad you could stop by. Surprisingly, I'm okay with the arm, which is, well, it used to be a real sore spot. for me, but now I don't know what to do with, I mean, hands are usual. The usual main offenders. I'm sure no one is surprised. Okay, wait, now this side looks wrong. Okay, so since this is all a separate piece, I think I might be able to finagle it a little. Let's see. Okay, I think I might just have to pull this whole thing up. Which is fine. It's not connected to anything. I didn't think the dress would give me this much trouble. Alright, let's redo it. Ah! No, wait. I didn't mean that much. I don't know what this glitch is, but sometimes Fire Alpaca will just hard undo on everything. I don't know, it might be a bug in my tablet because it didn't happen before I replaced my old one. So I think that might just be a bug in my tablet. Oddly enough. Maybe something with the hotkey settings, I don't know. I'm gonna do that trick where you just overshoot your lines and hope that they land in the right place. And they usually do. Doesn't stop me from getting caught up in nitpicking though. I really need to work on that. And that's why I think I'm just not following these lines the way that they were drawn before, but my sketches are so messy that I just have to kind of wing it and hope for the best. And usually it works, and sometimes, like here, it does not. Unfortunately. But I think this pattern will work. The rest of this is going to be blue anyway. I'm not too worried. I'm just making her dress as big and poofy as I possibly can to take up space. And because it looks It looks cute. It looks better that way. In my humble opinion. Somehow the torso looks a bit more blown out. I don't know how we ended up losing the perspective there. There we go. I think I just misplaced some lines. Okay. Let's do this arm over here. Wrong layer. Actually, no, I should do it down here. Might need to pull out a different reference for that hat. Anyway. I think I might need to use a circle tool for that instead. Seems like it might be useful. There you go. I think that looks like a child's hand. So I think I might have shortened the proportions a bit too much, but I don't mind the look. I'll just make it a bit bigger because that's like really tiny. else can I put it? Do I want to just keep it behind? I mean, it doesn't have to be flying that far, so I think it could work, maybe. Because putting it here would block a lot of stuff that I'm not ready to cover over. Although on second thought, putting it here wouldn't be so bad. Hang on, actually. They're not too long. Most of this area is looking a bit funny anyways, so I don't think covering it up is such a loss. Plus this was all going to be a singular shade of blue, so breaking it up with yellow might actually help. Like, the thing with my inking is that I 9 times out of 10 haven't even completely locked down the sketch itself, so I'm just throwing things in as I go along. It's never just 100% what the sketch was. I'm almost always changing something. Happens every time. Okay, actually, I'm gonna see how do I plan to do this hat. I have a circle tool. Right up here. Oh no, wait, that's this. No, okay, I don't want that. I need this thing. But it doesn't go as an ellipses, so that won't work. Unless I do something like this. Which, like I thought, isn't really gonna work. Oh, or maybe it will. Hang on. Wait. Usually whenever I try this, it has weird glitching areas, but this might actually work. Oh. Hang on, chat. I think we might be onto something. That does not look too bad, and the line weight is perfect. Okay. The line weight is actually perfect. What? Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Usually I have to finagle this tool a whole bunch for it to do what I want it to, but it's being pretty cooperative today. Okay, I like that. I think that shape will work. Just go ahead and get rid of these. Bye, 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 bye. Bring up some lines here. Just probably allude to a thumb. And then some fingies. Because this is a pinky over here. Okay, but maybe the thumb pad is too much. In fact, I think this too. Here we go. Now we just do the top, which I think I'll do on something separate, like down here. Yeah, the next one could just fly back there somewhere. Then erase more of that. And then I think I can erase most of down here. I can just do that with color later. I think. Yeah, no, that'll work without. And take off this little extra piece. Bye-bye. It's a lily. Okay, I'm not sure about this cap thing though. It looks a little off, but I'm conflicted because I like the bow. So we're just gonna snatch the bow and redo the other part in the middle. Go ahead and redo this part. Okay, actually I think that's fine as it is. As much as I love exaggerating bows. Okay, and just erase some of these. Okay, I don't think we need it for the top lash on this other one. Maybe just the eyebrows are fine. Alright, now it's Vulpix's turn. Oh, little baby. is going on with my pen today? Okay, looking at it now, I think I made the head humongous. That is gonna need to be shrinked 100%. Shrink? Shrunk. It will need to be shrunk. Just a wee tad. There we go. I think it's a bit more reasonable. Yeah, I don't know how the foreshortening get it to be that bad. Big fluffy tail. So cute. Game Freak just cooked when they came up with the design for Alolan Vulpix. I know it's literally just white paint spilled on like base Vulpix's color scheme, but still. It's just a white and blue recolor, but I love it so much. And I think like the fact that it's 30 to like 40% tail is the most fun part. Cause look at this baby. She's just a baby. So we have a bit of a dilemma here, because how am I going to fit this? Oh, hand stretches for a sec. Mustn't forget the hand stretches. I apologize if you can hear my knuckles. That was a bit too close to the mic. Hi Thunder, welcome in. You made it. Let's go. Welcome back to chat. Yep, and you made it just in time for the end of the inking, which means you get to do the fun stuff and my absolute favorite bit, the coloring. 'Tis coloring time. Not sure what I'm gonna do to finagle that hand in place. I don't know if I want to erase part of the tail. Ooh. You know what, I'm just gonna do my usual thing where I ink them both on their own separate layers, and then they will overlap each other, but I can always show like the variants. That's usually what I do whenever I post on DeviantArt. I will have two sides, so Lily will be her own thing, and then Vulpix will be in its own folder, and I can move them around and not ruin the other piece. So I think I'm gonna do that. Some of these eyes are a bit too far. I think this one's a bit too far out. And a bit too small. There we go. I'm so happy. I think I'll handle the foreground and background stuff on its own afterwards. So here we have the sketch, which is still really cute. I love how the color key on this one came out. I will probably do a short with it, with this illustration later, because I really like it. But onto base colors. So we're gonna fill this thing. I usually go with like a bluey green. I know some artists go straight blue, like this type of blue, like that, but that is just too eye strainy for me. So I go with this more mellow turquoise teal, bluey green. Because 9 times out of 10, whatever I'm drawing is not going to have that shade of green in it. So it's pretty reliable. So I just invert and then make sure I get all the spots. Just do that like that. And then do the same for Volpe, or Snowy. That. And base layer, and come on, there we go. Outside layer select, invert, and fill. Because my because my brush is so shaky, along with my hands, and File Alpaca doesn't like sharing my my PC's RAM space with CPS at all. I'm just gonna have to go and fill in some of these manually because it's bugging a little bit, but that is okay. All right, and we have that done. Next thing to do is just lay in a quick background so I can kind of see what I'm doing. We can pretty much turn off that for right now. Yeah, there are some clouds in certain spots. Like, oh, I usually keep this on the top, so let's do that. Okay, and then paint in some really easy clouds. It usually doesn't matter what it looks like behind them. I usually just fill in what looks good. And I'll just keep this over top so I can keep the colors accurate. I think I wanted those to be hills, so let's get rid of them. And oh wait, actually no, not get rid of them. Just put simple cloud over it, and then there we go. Doesn't have to completely go away. Alrighty, so we have that simple background, and now we're going to do Lily's colors first. This is where the bucket tool is my absolute bestie. There it's all skin. I just go in order of which one has the most area to cover. So I'll do her hair neck. Oop. I think we missed a spot up there. There we go. There we go. stray lines in here I must have forgotten to clean up before merging. Okay, it's not gonna be perfect. I have to not obsess. Also, not forget the back. This is why laying down a extra base, like off color, before doing your actual flats can be super helpful, especially if it's like a really like light color palette like the one we're working with. If you just leave the background like stark white, like this, it can be a little hard to see, especially once I start coloring things like the white part of her dress. It gets really hard to see what I'm doing, so that's why I usually paint in backgrounds first, and I also lay down this greenish gray so I can see which spots I've hit, like right here, because they're just sneaky little things. And you want to make sure you don't have any weird white spots by the time you're done your shading and everything. Especially if your line art is super, look like this. If it's super sketchy, or, I know digital painters use it a lot. Like, a lot of the artists I follow do this as well, the ones that, like, don't really use line art and jump straight from sketch to painting, which, dude, mad respect, I could never. Like, I love the way it looks, but I mainly do line art because I don't have the patience to render for like 5 hours. I just don't have that type of time, unfortunately. But it always looks really cool, the rendering. Like full pieces and stuff. Like the stylized Spider-Man stuff. Or like lineless art. Okay, one thing I will do, I probably should try this again. I did do, I think some of you guys might remember this. I think I might have taken the speed paint down at this point, but I used to draw in the Yue Karasuno sensei's art style, like for Sonic Channel. I did that one a lot. I studied it so much. But then, like, the lineless look, which was really fun. I really should give it another go. I did it recently. I think I did it with Sheena's alter ego AU sort of thing. I did a piece of her that looked like that, which I guess I should probably change her name now because it's not going to be Sheena anymore. Her like evil alter universe self and her Chow. I did a piece like that, and I really do like it. I like the background on that one. I usually don't do abstract stuff like that, but it was fun. I should really do it again. But yeah, I used to do that art style a lot. But then your sketches have to be really clean, because you're just blocking out shapes at that point, and you need to really be able to see what you're doing. So, that means putting a little bit more effort into the sketching process beforehand. Otherwise your shape's gonna be all wonky. But once you get that done, the shading and lighting process is super easy. You're literally just putting down, like, there's this, where is it? Where are you? There's this shape here that I really like a lot. Just this the lasso fill tool, I think it is. Yeah. So this would make that project or process a lot easier, just because of how, like, you can literally just draw any geometric shape and it automatically fills in color for you. So that would be really helpful with shading in that style. If and when I give it another go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's down here as well. Yeah. Just close these gaps. And then bucket. Yep, here we go. I think this art piece might actually have a part 3 for this week, so you guys are getting 3 art streams this week. let's go. Because I think we're only going to be able to get through the flats. Because I started kind of late today, so we're probably just going to be able to get through flats only, and then for the next art stream, which I won't guarantee it'll be tomorrow, it'll probably be Wednesday. We can come back and do the shading and rendering because I love doing that on stream. It's really fun. I think I've only done that my process live once before when I was doing Sheena's Rider's outfit update, so I think it's time to do another one. We will have another coloring stream. Oh, and I did it for webcomics, but webcomic, I did it for Princess Patissier, but my comic coloring is super, super simplified, and even then it takes me forever. If I ever do, like, make another story with some of my other OCs, it's probably going to be manga style. I think I've said this before, but I'm seriously considering it, because, man, it's like weird, because all of the webcomic, like, tutorials and starter up videos I've watched, it's like, take your simple, like, basically don't overdo it with things like coloring, especially if you don't have a team and you are one person. And they're like, take your normal style and then just dumb it down, so to speak, by like at least 20-30% so that's actually doable. And I thought I did that, but it turns out I did not, because I still spend way too long on a page. Like, at least coloring alone, I spend at least a day and a half on a page, and that's just unreasonable. That is absolutely unreasonable. And I was warned, and I heeded zero warnings. I ended up doing it anyway. But I was forewarned. I couldn't help myself. But yeah, considering all like the fan one-shots I've done, I could definitely do a manga webcomic a lot faster, because it's just black and white. And I wouldn't have to worry. do a different layer instead. Okay, now I can just erase the lead over. Sheena has an alter ego. Yeah, I did an art piece not that long ago, maybe? I think it was earlier this year, around March, probably. Yeah, that originally the alter ego's name was going to be. It's kind of like it was set in like the Archie, that one Archie verse mini arc where like Scourge is from. I'm pretty sure it's basically that whole thing was like Moebius, the Moebius arc, I think, where everybody got alter egos. And by everybody, I think I'm being like Sonic, there's Scourge, and then Amy and Rosie Rascal, and I forget the name of the mean fox girl. But yeah, her. Like the punk one. I forgot her name. But yeah, Sheena is essentially going to be Myosi's Ultra One for that universe. Until I changed her main name to Sheena, so now I need to rename her alter ego all over again. Boogie. Basically part of the anti-verse. Just pretty cliche hero meets the alternate dimension version of them. That's not so nice. Like, pretty sure Archie did it before. Yeah, Archie did it before Prime did with 9. It's like, what if everything that could go wrong did go wrong? Which I think is a really like cool. It's a cool writing trope story-wise. I don't mind it actually. Especially if your main heroes are already super confident in who they are already. Like basically the yeah, the whole basically I am you, but in all the wrong, like in all the wrong ways, just in a completely different sense. Makes for really good character writing. The way different media approaches it, I guess. You could go with the different dimension route, you could go with the messing with time, like time shenanigans stuff, or genuinely just an entire parallel dimension. I think that's what they're gonna do with Spider-Man 3, I'm pretty sure. I think that's where Spider-Man 2, like the cliffhanger was on, and we saw Evil Miles at the end, so yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that. Because I will admit, I do love me an alter ego storyline. Oh, and like vice versa, seeing what would happen to the villains, but if they were good guys. I love that too. It's definitely more wholesome. Of course. Like, what if they used all their evil deeds for good purpose instead of terrorizing people's lives? You know? What if they just be nice? All the evil scheming and stuff, like all that, yeah, stop that. What if the universe is just like, yeah, you see all these evil shenanigans you're up to? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stop. You don't get to do that here. You must be good. Behave yourself. Be a good person. Stop it. Seek help. Like, that's essentially what the good version of a villain is. Just stop it. Seek help. You are doomed by the narrative to be a good person. Haha. Oh, that usually doesn't turn out well because 9 times out of 10, the hero is going to be super OP compared to their respective bad guys, so usually in upside down parallel universe shenanigans stuff, the heroes who are now the bad guys are usually the ones winning. So it's usually dystopian. Despite how powerful the bad guys are, like even if they keep their power status but change like the morality side that they're on, they're usually not winning still. So it's like, oh well. It's like, even if the villain isn't a villain anymore, it is by the law of their IP. It is written in their contract that they are not allowed to win under any circumstances. And it's like, gosh darn it. But they're good now. You're like, yeah, but they're still not the main character here. Therefore, they're not allowed to win. Oh, and the fox one's name is Fiona. Yeah, her. Thank you. Yeah, her. That was the one I was thinking about. Yeah, from Archie. I haven't actually read it, but I always thought Scourge's design was pretty cool, even though it's just green Sonic with glasses and a jacket. The glasses and a jacket can pretty much make anything cool, like, honestly. That is a pretty cool design. Although, it always kind of threw me off a bit that I think his super form is, like, purple. Not a huge fan of that, I'm gonna be honest. Like, he could've, I get it, like, purple's kind of the inverse of yellow in a way, but I don't see why he couldn't have still turned yellow. I guess yellow is too much of a positive color to be used for a villain, which I get, but I don't know, just the purple threw me for such a loop the first time I saw it. I'm like, what? What is that? What are we doing? What kind of super form is this? There are several things wrong with this image. Completely forgot that I have to put these little pieces thingies on her skirt. I knew some details were missing. Okay, let's just turn this off for a second and copy paste. Scooch. Oh. And there we go. Even more, fit it over here. Like, I'm pretty sure I only need to show even like a little less. And then do the same for the other side. Okay, and those aren't colored differently, right? Yeah, no, okay, they're all just white. Can't believe I missed this spot. Wait. I'm always forgetting some tiny little piece somewhere. Okay, these are supposed to be blue. I'm almost 100% certain we don't need this entire mark here. Okay, and I forgot to put this in here. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure she has a blue little sailor cuff thing. Yeah, and it goes in the back. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're pretty close. Base colors usually don't take much. It's a very just chill, rain off process. Honestly, most of the coloring and inking process is pretty brain off for me. Like once the sketch is done, I'm just on autopilot. I just go and vibe. Alright, I can't shake the feeling that this looks very Alice in Wonderland the way I drew her here. I think it's probably the mix of like her yellow hair and the blue dress. Yeah, because Alice is also a blondie with a blue dress and white, and she has a ribbon, so it's probably all of that, but I'm getting strong Alice in Wonderland vibes right now. From this pose in particular. But it's cute, I like it. I think this line art needs to be a bit darker just for Vulpix. There we go. I'm gonna save the particles and stuff. And there we go. Here's our progress. I'm really happy with this. I will fill in the background, like the flowers and all this stuff in a bit. I think this is just getting most of the characters done. Hell yeah, we're gonna get 3 streams out of this this illustration here, which is not bad. I am pretty happy with it. We shall return again. Yep. Alright, it's getting the work in progress treatment. We shall return. Alrighty. Yep, we're going for about an hour. I think that's turning out to be a pretty good time cap for these, for art streams anyway. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will be back probably on Wednesday, so you can go ahead and finish this up. Thank you for chilling with me. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on Wednesday, hopefully. Bye bye.